If you want to learn how to keyframe in CapCut on laptop, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to add keyframes in CapCut step by step, so you can create smooth zooms, movement, and animation effects on your videos, images, and text. Keyframing is one of the easiest ways to make your edits look more professional, and once you understand the basics, you can use it for almost anything in your timeline. If this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more CapCut tips and editing guides. Alright, let's jump right in. First, open CapCut on your laptop and load the project you want to work on. Once your timeline is ready, select the media you want to animate. This can be a video clip, an image, or even a text layer. The important thing is that the item has to be highlighted in the timeline before you can edit its motion or effects properly. After selecting your media, look to the top right corner of the interface and make sure you're in the correct settings panel. For video clips, choose the Video tab, and for text or audio elements, use the Matching tab if needed. Then go into the Basic section. This is where CapCut gives you the main controls for things like scale, position, rotation, and opacity. Now move your playhead to the exact point in the timeline where you want the animation to begin. The playhead is the vertical line that shows your current time position, and placing it correctly is super important because that's what tells CapCut where the motion should start. Once the playhead is in the right spot, find the property you want to animate. For example, if you want to create a zoom effect, use scale. If you want the clip to move across the screen, use position. If you want to fade something in or out, use opacity. Next to each of these settings, you'll see a small diamond icon. Click that diamond to add your first keyframe. When you do that, CapCut saves the starting point of your animation, and you'll also see a keyframe marker appear on the timeline clip. From here, move the playhead forward to the moment where you want the animation to end. This could be a few seconds later, or even just a short movement depending on the effect you want. Now change the setting on the clip itself. You can enlarge it for a zoom, drag it to a new position for motion, or lower the opacity for a fade. As soon as you make that adjustment, CapCut automatically creates the second keyframe for you. What CapCut is doing in the background is connecting those two keyframes and smoothly transitioning between them. That's what creates the animation effect. So, if you started with a small scale and then increased it later, CapCut will gradually zoom between those 2 points. If you change the position, it will animate the movement across the screen. This is what makes keyframes so powerful and useful for clean, dynamic edits. You can repeat this process as many times as you want. Add more keyframes if you need the clip to change direction, speed up, slow down, or animate multiple times in the same section. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to create custom motion that fits your editing style. A good tip is to use keyframes slowly at first. Don't try to animate too many things at once. Start with simple zooms and basic movement, then build up to more advanced effects once you're comfortable. That way your edits will look smooth instead of messy or distracting. And that's the basic way to keyframe in CapCut on laptop. Select your clip, open the basic settings, place the playhead, add your first diamond keyframe, then move forward and change the property to create the motion. It's simple once you get the hang of it, and it can instantly level up your videos. If this tutorial helped, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more CapCut editing tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.